Welcome to Meta Tripping, y'all. Just came off the I'm looking for Patrice Rushen. What I was listening to play in the background. I kind of turned on the laptop, and because sometimes I watch Chilled Empire, and just to vibe out. But I was listening to Patrice Rushen. Y'all, man, the energies are like, what? Some of the things that I saw, I mean, a lot of the things that I saw in the astrals, and I don't even know at this point if it's just the astrals that I was dealing with. I came across earlier. Is this gonna come up or what? Earlier I came across this group, Earth Gang, and they have a new song that dropped at the beginning of April. And y'all, the imagery I saw in that video, I literally saw in the astral in the winter. Okay. This is not a game. Not that I thought, you know what I'm saying, our end of it was in any way, shape, or form. But y'all, I mean, I've seen these things. I've seen things that are appearing like in the world right now. What it's telling me, it's speaking to my heart. You know what I'm saying? It's dispelling whatever traces of fear I still have to purge. You know what I'm saying? Because we have these different things that we suppress, you know, in the name of being able to keep going, in the name of being able to, you know what I mean, stay focused on this or that. Y'all. Anywho, check those brothers. They're interesting. I think the video I'm talking about in particular, where I saw that imagery, okay, that pre-existed. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, what's going on with the gods and whatnot, in the spirit world. You know what I'm saying? It's coming through. It's coming through us. And hold on now. I am determined to pull that up, so I could play it for y'all. But I don't understand why I'm having this challenge right now. I mean, I think to some extent it's because of timeline tripping and whatnot, but it's like the software changes and whatnot, the unnecessary ones can be a bit of a hindrance. I'm about to pull it up right now. So y'all, you know, if I'm getting these things, you know what I'm saying, y'all are getting things, you know what I mean? Like it's time to listen. In the spirit world, you know, there are different ancestral spirits that handle different things. And although, you know, we have it all within us and in varying degrees and what have you, depending on what we came down here to do. It is important to find out what you're tapped into, you know what I'm saying, so that you can do your work and you can put your focus on your work, because I did see a lot of you know, like the swirling energy, you know what I'm saying? So what's been talked about with like toroidal fields and whatnot, that's been happening. You know what I'm saying? Before 2020. So, you know, our energy bodies have been, you know, changing, upgrading, what have you, and really interesting. The earlier this well, it's not even that late this week. What am I talking about? Oh, here it is. Patrice Rushen, Prelusion. Yep. Patrice. She's on her genius. They trying to put up an ad. I'm about to pause, y'all. Hold on. With any luck at the moment. All right, it'll just play. Ooh, y'all, this was sending me somewhere for real. Beautiful music. Props to Patrice. I don't know, earlier in the week. I'm just gonna leave it there instead of, you know what I'm saying, belaboring the point with excessive details. I had this experience where I began to cry, and it was so painful, and I didn't necessarily know where the tears were coming from. It was so painful. It was as if I had lost something. And I got worried for a hot second. but then I had to pull my focus back, and and spirit was right there to help me, of course. And this is the other thing to realize, like you're always watched over. So if you, in this process, if you're feeling changes in your energy body, and I would doubt it, that I would doubt that you're not feeling changes in your energy body at this point. So in this process, if you feel scared, what I'm saying, call out for help, call out to guardian spirits that you feel a resonance with. What I'm saying, whether it's angelic spirits, whether it's, you have different animal spirits that you work with, whatever it is, if your grandma be around you, they're there to help, and they absolutely can, and they're not stuck in any bands of time. So they can see what's going on. They can direct you. All that's required is that you're able to, keep that faith that what they're giving you is solid guidance. And the more you build that trust, like, they'll be able to guide you, you know what I'm saying? Through a hard situation if necessary, and show you exactly where to take your steps so you make it where you're going, which is what all of that follow synchronicities is about. But the experience that I had, y'all, was trippy. I mean, I had some serious physical changes. I'm not going to get into every single thing because it's like a public platform, and I actually might just kind of like write it up in something, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll, post a blog or an article or whatever have you, but just write something up about it, kind of in detail. But it was this, for a minute there, my heart was thumping. Like, after I cried, and I had to like leave the room and go in the hallway, and I had to like cry. You know what I'm saying? And I let it go, you know what I'm saying? And when I was able to come out of it, I felt this surge of energy, and my heart was thumping fast, like it was thumping really fast. And it was a little scary, you know what I'm saying? But spirit be there. So spirit was, like, you're good, and helped me to adjust to the energies, because it was like, so I didn't expect it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just didn't expect it. And it kind of was an of the sudden thing. But I know certain things, just the way it's been worked out with timelines and getting things on track at certain times, because of different interferences and opposition and what have you that has tried to mess with people. There are times when things are going to happen, and sometimes it could be of a sudden. I kind of have that, in my birth math, where life has prepared me for this, to be able to adjust and to let go. You know what I'm saying? To really not like nurse grudges, and just to let go. You know what I'm saying? Like, life has kind of put me in situations where I had to really get a solid handle on those lessons. I'm mad I didn't even notice that ad was playing in the background. It's really not what I wanted. That's all right though. I'll be more diligent in the future. Anyway, I don't even know if y'all heard it. Turn her up a little. But yeah, y'all. So my heart was thumping fast. I felt myself being worked on. It was similar-ish to that Lionsgate experience that I had in 2016 when, it's a little too loud, when Archangel Uriel, you know what I'm saying? Like that, I had channeled some symbols. And when I was told that this thing was already won. And I didn't quite comprehend, it was like, I didn't quite comprehend how deeply rooted that truth is. But y'all, we have, because coming through this, as I was in contact with spirit more and more, and I stopped kind of being afraid of different levels of this thing, I've come to realize, yeah, we've been tripping timelines. We've been, and what the process is like, and what it feels like when you're tripping timelines. So, like, on some real to real, we could wake up tomorrow in utopia, and I'm not trying to be funny in any way, shape, or form. And in the past, this probably would have been something that I probably wouldn't have said it that way. Because I would have been like, people, people won't feel that. Let me wait for a better time to say that. But at the end of the day, the way this thing is rocking, it's kind of an expect the unexpected type of situation, and the ancestors are not playing. You know what I mean? This is not, they're not playing. They're not playing this game when the time is up already and you got this, you know what I'm saying, like just people, you know what I'm saying, intent to abuse power, still trying to do it. I do want to and just to finish up with what ended up happening, I felt myself being worked on, and what spirit, when it had come through, you know what I'm saying, that we were dealing, you know what I'm saying, like with, where is it? I'm gonna pause for just a moment, y'all, so that I can actually find it, because I don't want to not say it right. Hold on a minute. Wait a minute, y'all. I didn't write that down. That was in the reading. So check the reading that was posted this week. There was this like heart and head calibration that was taking place, you know what I'm saying, from like, you know, the ancestral myrrh, ancestral merfolk. Props to Conjure Queen, who posted a recent video. Props to Earth Gang, you know what I'm saying, who had in their music video. You know, we're tapping into some of that, you know, talking about Atlantis. And anyone else whose channel I haven't been to, or whose music or art I have not been exposed to, or something new they release I haven't been exposed to, because the point is the messages are coming through to all of us. You know what I'm saying? All of us. And it's a time to rejoice, really, despite appearances. But yeah, there was a connection between heart and head thing going on that came up in the reading, where that's what, you know, some of our ancestral myrrh, you know what I'm saying, supports, we're going to be doing. And I felt that happened after that burst of tears. It was, you know, like it was somewhat of a scary experience, because I obviously had more to release, but I had just released something on Sunday that was hard. So I was kind of like, y'all, what's going on? And then I started pacing, and I never do that. I don't pace. It's not my MO. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, you know what I mean? That wouldn't be an MO, would it? It's just not the way it's not how I handle stress. But I was pacing back and forth. There was so much energy, and it was like there was something I needed to do with it. You know what I mean? My body needed to do something with all the energy that was coming in. And so yeah, if y'all are experiencing anything that is maybe a little uncomfortable or scary this week, or some heavy purging, the other side of it is amazing. It is miraculous, and it's so love-bathed. You know what I'm saying? Spirit's message has consistently been, get in heart alignment. You know what I'm saying? Specifically, get in heart alignment. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, we are dealing with making sure our heart chakras are oriented correctly. And when we can do that, we can come into a communal focus and realize, you know, at that point, it's not about having a fight for who you are, or, you know, for those who, you know, because they really tried to immerse us deep in crabs in the barrel consciousness. And, you know, it's like it's beneath us. It's beneath us to be in a crabs in the barrel consciousness. Each and every single light has its purpose. So if you're going in your meditations and you're like, let me find my path, let me find my route, you know what I'm saying? You know, straight up ask the ancestors to guide you to it. You're gonna put you on that route. It's so, to some extent, it you know, it is kind of like there's a certain control, you know, and you know, fear-based control of thinking the identity is one thing when perhaps it's not. Perhaps it was something that was useful to you in certain dimensional configurations. And now you're going to be opening up to what you really are, what you're really about. You might be out here, you know what I'm saying, healing people, you know what I'm saying, of ailments. You might have like the kind of power force as you get more and more of like these solar rays, these ultraviolet rays that are coming through, these cosmic rays. You might be one of those people who, you know, is healing someone in no time flat. These are the types of things that they worked hard body through fear media, through movies, through whatever have you, to try to make us believe was not possible, when in all actuality, that is reality. Healing is reality. Telepathy is reality. It's reality. It pre-exists this system of fear that tried to make us think it was, you know what I'm saying? Like we were trapped kind of in our cerebral minds. We're not. We're part of the elements. We're part of, you know what I'm saying? Like for real. Weather will react to you. You know what I mean? Like, okay, like, you know, I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're here and we're in other places too. So, train your thoughts, you know what I'm saying? Really think about that fractal consciousness. If we're fragmented with each other, or, if kind of those temptations try to come up to, kind of bring up kind of that crabs in the barrel, me first consciousness, like, stop and think. Like, there is no me without us. You understand what I'm saying? Like, there can't be an individual. And props to, I'm trying to think where, I didn't get to watch the whole video, but there was a video of Professor Griff. I think he was, yeah, it was Griffin. I think he was talking about, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if they're coming for me, they're coming for you. You know what I'm saying? It was a recent video that they just dropped because of what's taking place in China. You know what I mean? There's been some targeting going on in China, which, I'm very, very disappointed to see that. But I know the whole point is to try to get everybody warring, which is just so futile and ridiculous, and it's not going to work. So, I hope y'all will take the time to meditate and send some love to the brothers and sisters from China who are being targeted, who are being, you know what I'm saying, mistreated. And we'll leave it at that. I mean, because just a short while ago, China was a target. People were trying to blame China for everything. And you know what I'm saying? I wasn't comfortable with that. You know what I mean? Like, someone had showed me a video of some dude who was really trying to, like, be xenophobic, you know what I'm saying, about China. And I said, I had to say something about it. And because I wasn't feeling it. So I'm like, we deserve the same type of respect. You know what I mean? Like, if we're gonna work together and really come into this, and we are, and really come into this heart space, it's gonna be those who choose to, those that want to stay stuck in ego, those that want to stay in a battlefield, an unnecessary battlefield consciousness. You know what I'm saying? That's a choice. It's a choice. But right now, you've had some people being put in positions that put out of their houses and whatnot because of the color of their skin. And I it's sad because the Chinese, you know what I'm saying? Let's not act like they don't have melanin, you know what I'm saying, as well. So I think it's time for people to wake up and come out of that imperialistic BS that tried to keep a division, amongst people so people can't work together. They came at Tibet hard. You know what I'm saying? Tibet, you know what I'm saying? Like, they have that rainbow body thing going on over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were steeped in their meditations, and it was obviously doing too much good for the planet. So they came hard at Tibet. You know what I'm saying? I guess among the Chinese, those who are under control of the wrong types of directives, they came hard at Tibet to try to, you know what I'm saying, clearly try to shut that down. And ain't none of it gonna work. And it's such a waste of time, and it's unnecessary suffering. It's unnecessary suffering. And those who have been oppressed the most are the ones who are rising up at this time. That's just really the reality. You know what I'm saying? So, send love to the homeless brothers and sisters out there right now who, amidst all of this, while we're able to be in houses or apartments, or, even if you're living out of a van, at least you got some place to be in. The people who haven't really had a place, send them love. I mean, there's people been suffering, and that's literally what the parasites of this system have fed off of, are those who fell, and then people looked and, oh, sorry, it's you, but it ain't me, and kept stepping. We gotta stop that nonsense, y'all. We do. There is no, like, that it's done. That mentality is done, y'all. It's done. And it does take going within. And it does take, you know what I'm saying? Like, for myself, there are things I'd like to accomplish. If they happen, great. If they don't happen, you know what I'm saying? That's cool too. But I would like to make sure that I am providing positivity while I'm here. Strong, high frequency positivity that's going to be useful, because this is the time where things are changing. You know what I'm saying? Like, really. So every little bit of positivity and love that you can put out there, do it. You see someone suffering, you see someone stressed out, you know what I'm saying? Send that love. And look, it don't matter, for, the whole 6 degrees of whatever, 6 feet, separation, or the case may be, means nothing. It really means nothing. Energy knows no space or time. Send it with your intent. That high frequency energy will touch one. That person will come into, come into their light, a little bit more or a lot more. They'll give it to the next person. That person will give it to the next person. The same way fear is transmitted, but here's the difference. That communal consciousness, that heart consciousness, that love is going to light everything up. You know what I'm saying? And it's not a dominable energy. You can't dominate love because love doesn't reflect in that way. You need a duality situation to reflect hate. So if a person goes all the way in their heart space and they wish you love anyway, while you're giving them some, not you, but while some, like if a person wishes someone love anyway while they're receiving negativity, it cancels it out. Because you can really only do that in a duality situation. So like really like these, wherever you can release grudges, wherever you can release conflicts that don't need to be had right now, you know what I'm saying? It's a good idea to do it. I'm not saying to do it unwisely. I'm not saying like go and just embrace someone that you kind of know is not in a healthy mental place and it's kind of not safe for you to open your arms or your home fully to them. I'm certainly not suggesting, go and do something unwise when you know better, and especially if you're getting a warning from like your ancestors or your spirits. Because free will, if someone's really sending out repellent vibes or they're in a very toxic place, they are issuing a warning to you. And if you feel that vibe, like back off, then do so. And it doesn't matter if they're actually if they're in a weird obsessive state and they seem like they're trying to connect with you. If you're feeling something very, very different, pay attention to that. These are the times where you really pay attention to what you're feeling, because that's going to be way more important than the nonsense that comes through fear media. Because the nonsense that comes through fear media has been changing. It's been so shifty and changey, and oh now it's this, oh now it's that, oh now it's this, oh now it's that. Why? Because they got no control over this situation. They are temporary. That is it comes from a temporary mentality, a temporary manifestation. It is not eternal. It is not timeless. And therefore, it's not eternally powerful. It don't reach to forever, no matter what kind of delusions of grandeur anyone would like to entertain. So you don't have to feed into fear media. You really, really don't. This is the time, y'all. This is the time to get in touch with the ancestors, the time to just send love. If you hear a news story that's sad, then just send love. Beam love, like start to get familiar with your abilities to send that energy. And also you can check the pink asset energy transmission that came through. I forgot I didn't have the timestamp in there. Forgive me, y'all. I have been trying to keep everything together. You know what I'm saying? Properly. It's been a little challenging here and there, but I did put the timestamp in. It starts at like 14 minutes in if you don't want to, if you want to keep replaying it and you don't want to go back and have to keep hearing the intro. But Spirit said that energy is going to be very useful for like the next 2 months, and it helps to dissolve vampiric attachments or anything in your energy field or around you in your environment that's trying to throw you off. It works on divine feminine masculine balance, which is also going to work on the harmonization between both hemispheres of the brain, and also heart consciousness. It works on heart wellness. Specifically, what was it? Hold on a minute. I have that written down. This is a way Spirit described it. Well, yeah, heart wellness. It's heart wellness energy. You know what I'm saying? So while they're trying to pump all this fear into your heart, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't pump no fear into your heart, y'all. Stay in the love. It's making a difference, and you can go on in meditation. I'm sure you're gonna feel what you need to feel, see what you need to see, hear what you need to hear. And be gentle with yourself. And it is a miraculous thing, these things we're experiencing. So, you might start having like some recollections that let you know what I'm saying, what you're here for in a much bigger way. You might have thought, you know what I'm saying, you were here for one thing, and you might be one of the next leaders. You know what I'm saying? Who's really going to be guiding people and helping people get into heart consciousness and helping people shift you know what I'm saying, you know, out of that duality consciousness, you know. All right, y'all. So, trying to think, there were some other things I think I wanted to mention. Oh yeah, the Archangel Raphael. There was a green energy associated with Archangel Raphael. So if you are if you're feeling the inclination to tune into archangelic energies with assisting, that green energy is where it's at right now, and that was according to a spirit channel that came through. They got cut off in the reading, one of the reading videos recently. Not the most recent one; it was before that. And I think that's it. I don't want to hold things up too much. Just to say, you know what I'm saying. Stay in that. Stay in as high vibes as you possibly can, because this thing here, you know, the dirt and the oppression and the constant pouring out of toxicity, all of that, you know, we've been transmuting it, especially very oppressed peoples who have been receiving the worst of it for some time now in mainstream society and on the outskirts and the margins of mainstream society. We've been transmuting that because we're loving. We're, you know, like some of the original sources of love. So be without fear, because if we're not going to turn that into a bloodshed situation, you know, turn that into a you know, hard body warring situation, but instead, you know what I'm saying, we're transmuting it and we're learning communal love and not to fight amongst each other. That energy can't be used anymore that was being projected at us. You dig? We transmuted it. We're in the process of transmuting it. So that's the science. That's the science. If you don't return it, you know, in the way that you know, like the programming to return it in a certain type of way, it can't be used in that way. And what then? You know what I'm saying? What then? You know, those that, you know, people don't want to play around with Mother Nature right now. You know, people don't want to play around with Mother Nature and mess around, get absorbed back into the earth. Like, really? You know what I mean? Like, seriously. Seriously. All right, y'all. Stay in your high vibes. Be gentle with yourself. Be compassionate with yourself. Release with love. You have the right to feel how you feel as you're processing any negative or toxic emotions that come up. You have the right to make your own choices. You have the right to free will. You know, you have the right to your sovereign mind. If you don't feel like you've been taking it back, you can snatch that back. You can snatch it back right now. All right, y'all. All right, I think I'm gonna close out here. I wasn't sure. I was kind of thinking like, would I do, you know, should I do a reading right now? But I think this was just kind of like one of those, you know, love and support type of videos. If you are feeling the need for some uplifting, you know, energy from an energy transmission through spirit, the pink asset energy, y'all, it's no joke. It's no joke. It's changing things. It's been changing things. So I will put the link in the description box. You can find it there. And you can check the About section of the Meta Tripping channel here on YouTube if you are interested in utilizing the Quantum Root Oracle for your personal work with, you know, working on your multidimensional body and the quantum embodiment process. And you can also check anchor.fm/metatripping for other podcasts. I only put up, like, I think it might have just been one recently, but I do plan on doing more. I think I'm gonna go over there and like do more, because you get more time, and I could just timestamp stuff for those that kind of feel like they're in a rushed consciousness or what have you. With those that just like to sit back and listen, while they do art or clean the house, or whatever the case may be. I think I may have some things coming up that I will be posting there. You are all very much appreciated. Spread that love, y'all. There's so many exciting things on the horizon. Like I knew from an empath. I knew from, well, apparently I'm more than an empath, but no, just from the place of being an empath, and how I was identifying myself for so long, because it was inevitable. I mean, like, there was no way not to identify as an empath, because I found myself always having to clean up other people's toxic emissions. It was just nuts, and it was sometimes very discouraging. But I kept going, you know what I'm saying, and it pays off. If you're one of those people that's been pushed to the back, or one of those people who other people get irritated with, maybe you introduced some concepts or some things, and you've been put in social circles where people didn't want to hear that, and they tried to shut you down, or, almost reacted kind of violently to certain type of things. I mean, that should tell you something. It should tell you something. People don't react that way because there's something wrong with the person that they're reacting that way with. Typically, they react that way with that person because there's something going in them, you know what I'm saying, that's not quite right. And they don't want to be reminded of it. They don't want to be seen. So I think a lot of people who, because, I've had that with me as a child. There's a lot of things I can see that I would try not to see. I definitely came to a point where I tried not to be seeing that. Kind of work, didn't exactly work. At least I gave myself the illusion for a time that it worked. But people would be uncomfortable with me. And it's like when people, and people are uncomfortable with you because there's certain things that you're aware of that maybe you couldn't put into words at certain times. And if you're one of those people, like, look, it's your time now. Really. There's a reason for that. There's a reason that folks will come into the world one way and you know what I'm saying, make their way through the life path journey, you know what I'm saying, to go up to a higher resonance, you know what I'm saying, like the other way. It's kind of how it works, you know what I'm saying. So, all right, I'm gonna close out here. I'm just so much love, feeling so much love. I'm gonna be sending some more love to the folks out there who have just been dealing with the work. Because I mean, for a minute I've been wondering, like, where are the homeless people? You know what I'm saying? Like, are they okay right now? Because like when you're not looking, you don't always know what corrupt so-called official individuals might do to the vulnerable. Because historically, we know what's tended to happen to the vulnerable. And it's time for us to, you know what I'm saying? It's time for us to get into a position where we are communal and loving and looking out for one another, so we don't have to have martyrs. So we don't have to have these innocents just kind of dropped out there to soak up and deal with the worst while everyone shuns them. And this is a village member. You know what I'm saying, so to speak? Like, that's crazy. We got to take accountability for how we react with one another. We really do. It's time for that. All right, y'all. I'm going to say peace for real now and head out.